This is another 1v1, and I'm beginning to wonder if I'm not becoming sort of a specialist, or if playing too many 1v1 grassy flats is bad for me, but for the last couple of days it's all I've been doing. And the reason I wanted to post this game is just because this turns out to be a really good game. I mean, just a really good game. Hey everybody, my name is jmartin. Thanks for watching. And I'm playing as Prussia. I have 5 light infantry in the front, and then all of my line infantry is arranged there in one really wide line. I don't know, maybe 8 or 10, something like that. And I have 4 Lancer units. This is my opponent. His name is Canubis. Sorry about that. Initially I didn't see those rifles, but Canubis wears 2 tags. He wears the tag Gnob and RA. Not familiar with either one of those, but I don't know what they mean. But there you go. That's Canubis. This is him. He has 3 line infantry in front and a couple rifles backing them up. Some line infantry. He's got 4 cav units. Pretty similar build to mine, frankly, is what he's got going on. And I played this battle not too recently, but man, I've just been playing so much lately that I don't really remember what happens. I do know that he started this kind of like jog right. I don't know why people do that on flats. They do this all the time at grassy flats. I don't. Does this get an advantage against other people? I don't. Anyway, I don't get it. I don't know why you like randomly run your army to one side of the map. It seems like it can only cause you problems, like you're not going to be terribly organized like he isn't right now. And I think at this point I actually recognize that, and I was really trying hard to get my people in line. I think I tried really hard to get my lights into position, and I am terrible at, you know, when you move a unit you have to guesstimate, well, if I move them there, you know, you look at the little blue dots and you're like, are they going to be in firing range? Well, I am horrible at that. And I think that at this point my lights should be able to fire, but they're like just out. They're like one little pixel outside range or whatever, and I was like, fuck. So you're gonna see me move them again. But it'd be really nice when you move a unit, like, you know, when you move a unit and you stretch it out and the blue dots appear. It'd be nice if the firing arc showed up. That'd be a really nice feature to have in the game, in case anybody who is involved with making the game happens to be watching. Why don't you add that feature? He's kind of pigeonholed himself in the corner here, so I decided just to move my lights to the right and maybe do a little, what do you call that, a trip hammer tactic? And focus the fire of my lights on maybe 1 or 2 of his own lights. He is a pretty smart dude. He's recognized that I'm enveloping him on the left here, and he's moved a line unit to counter that. I think what happens here is that he does some fairly nice cav work to hold me off, or my interpretation of how this battle goes is I do some pretty good maneuvering and he uses his cav and some reserve tactics to see this unit moving from reserve here over. He uses some good reserve tactics to really stall and buy time to get himself in a better position, which is probably the right thing to do. This guy was a pretty good player. I start the festivities with a cav charge into the foot. Oh, I'm going to do a thing I never do, which is do the zoom. Oh, man. Cav charges rock. Okay. I don't ever do that kind of thing, but I think that I actually get to route. I think I send my other Lancer into his other foot, and I continue the charge of this Lancer into the lights there, which were probably really depleted anyway because they were taking fire from like 3 of my own lights. Here goes the other cav charge. Oh, get in there. So fun to watch. So fun to watch. Hey, is everybody, you should check out the videos this guy, Total Julius, on YouTube. Total Julius is making. He's making these really kind of neat cinematic videos with like techno music and everything. They're really cool. Anyway, check out Total Julius on YouTube. Anyway, he cav charges on my lights and kind of catches me. This doesn't happen to me very often, so I'm not sure if my reaction to this was good or not. But I had my line in close enough that I route his cav that he charges, but he does disorganize my lights pretty well. I had retreated my lights there and had to get him back moving. I think he had a little cav action over here. I think he had countercharged my lancers. I can't form square right now, but it's kind of annoying because these guys aren't really doing anything. But the big picture, what has happened is that I've done a pretty good job of taking him out on the left, and I'm going to be able to wrap him up. And this is something I'm getting kind of good at on Grassy, is getting around the sides of people if they let me. And you notice, again, this is so typical for my play. If somebody was taking like a scattering report on me, is I'm totally content to engage on one side and win that one side. Over here I've just got line of tree and a couple lancers. I think what's holding me off is these couple lights here. I don't know, I could maybe try to engage this guy over here. I don't bother. My interpretation is that I'm doing pretty well on this side, so maybe I'll just stick with that. I think a unit of his comes back from routing, which lets him fill out his line pretty well. And I'm still really disorganized with my lights. You can see where they're at from the cav charge that he had made just a minute earlier. And I never really get my lights into a really good position again. But the game develops pretty quickly. I'm going to actually hit fast forward here. The game develops fairly quickly at this point. I have my militia. I don't remember if I just straight up forgot about them or if they had routed early, but I've got this militia coming up. I probably just forgot about them. I don't know if you were paying attention to the minimap. You'd probably know better than me, but that militia unit is going to come up, and really it's just a matter of I have a fire advantage on these. You know, he's reconstructed his flank, but I again have a fire advantage there. So again, one of these little boring jmartin videos where I just pull somebody in the flank. I gotta do something different. I kind of want to start playing different maps, but again, I don't, because I think I'm getting pretty good at this, and just because I'm practicing a lot. He had advanced in the middle, which is probably a good move. Oh, what I kind of forgot is that I had been sending... I felt maybe he wasn't paying attention, so I sent two of my line way on the right side to flank him. This is probably a bad idea because it lets him advance in the middle with kind of an advantage. I sort of get lucky here because I route his units on the left. Look at all those... Look at all that firepower. That's fantastic. I had routed his units on the left, and so I'm able just to envelop and hold my center as it was. But he did do a good thing. I mean, that move he made to the middle right there was really good. He really caught me off guard. I think I actually pull back and reorient my line. But I'm moving on the right side to catch him. At this point, I get a rage quit, obviously, from this guy. But this is Canubis. Good game to him. Wish he would have stuck around. I mean, the game is lost, so I guess I respect the decision. I wish there was a concede button. But there's the kills. They're not terribly lopsided, but I got positional advantage of this guy on his flank. And that's kind of how the game went. I thought it was a real good quality game right until the end there. I guess right until I turned him on the left. But anyway, thanks for watching, and check us out at twreplays.com.